Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching episode 5 of Gen V, the Boys spin-off. Eventually I'm just going to call it Gen V. I don't know why I keep on reminding everyone it's the Boys spin-off. Anyways, so last episode we kind of ended things on a bit of a confusing note. I thought like, oh, they just suddenly smash cut to the next morning in mid-conversation, and I was like, that's probably going to be a thing. And sure enough, this entire episode is essentially how they woke up the next morning, seemingly at a house party, and it turns out that they had their memories wiped, and they are missing like the last 3 days or so of their lives. And so, you know, immediately I'm kind of worried, like, oh no, is this entire episode just gonna be backtracking the plot that we've been on for the last 4 episodes, you know, because now all of our main characters have forgotten all of that plot development. But luckily they're able to kind of catch up where we were at pretty quickly. You know, I would say even like conveniently quickly. Like, you know, it was kind of surprising like how, like, okay, Sam shows up because he still has not been captured, and you know, they're really easily able to put together all the pieces of the clues. And in fact, we make some pretty good plot progression in this episode. I would say this is more of the personal melodramatic style plot progression than like actual, you know, unraveling of the mystery of what they're trying to do, although I think we do kind of get an answer. So basically what we have here is that like the entire episode, our main characters think that the telepath, the sexual assaulter, he has wiped their memories, or at least that's what they think happened, or maybe kind of did happen, but also there was more to it. So they're trying to chase him down, and they run into bad luck each time they try and catch him, because as soon as you get too close to him, he can just wipe your memory, and suddenly you wake up and you're somewhere really far away. And so eventually they do catch up to him, but Emma ends up finding Sam again, and she's like, well, I don't remember you, but I do believe you that like someone's messing with our memories and we did all this stuff, you know? And it turns out that it's Kate, who was the, you know, it seemed kind of obvious that something was going to happen with her, because she has the powers to mess with your mind, get you to do things, and I suppose take your memories away and then put them back, which, I don't know, I guess she can just tell you to forget. I guess it would be that easy. So she's not, you know, a telepath in the same way that the other guy is, but she can tell you to do things, which I guess tells your brain to forget things, you know? So fine, I'm willing to buy it. And anyways, so it turns out that Kate is working with the school faculty to help cover up all these experiments in the woods. It's not entirely clear why. She gives some vague justification as to like, oh, I was just trying to protect you guys, stop you from getting in trouble. You know, so maybe it really was just the fact that she was able to make them all forget is the only reason they're not dead at this point. Because let's face it, if they're able to capture them and make them forget their memories, they easily could have killed them at any point. But I don't know. We're told that at least Marie, sorry, we're told that at least Marie has some mysterious benefactor, so she's untouchable. So I guess that goes for all the, you know, these top of the class students here who, you know, maybe they made some deal here with Kate or something. It's very unclear exactly why she's doing what she's doing. I'm sure we'll get those answers next time. But yeah, we're also kind of let in on, you know, the doctor who was about to be killed by Sam last episode. He is now back in the lab, and he's saying that the reason he did all this, he mentioned something about a virus and being able to control them entirely. So I guess we can surmise from those, you know, just those small couple words giving us some kind of answer, that they're trying to control all the soups, I guess, like in a, you know, just give them a virus and you can mind control them, which I guess if you were going to control the Seven and Homelander and all that, that might be one of the only ways, right? Like, say he catches this virus that they develop here at the school and now they can control Homelander, right? Like, that would be Vought's ultimate goal, right? Because the only lack of control Vought has is that they don't really control Homelander. He kind of rebels whenever he wants to. So if this really is what they're doing here in the woods, then assuming that they don't get stopped, I can see how this plays out maybe in season 4 of The Boys. Like they have to deal with Supes that are under mind control of the company itself. Who knows? But it's an interesting idea. We'll see exactly how far they get, or maybe they get stopped and this doesn't lead to anything bigger in the main series. But in any case, they do talk about how Marie is more powerful than she realizes, which last episode, of course, we saw that she was able to she was able to explode someone's appendage, and control other people's blood, which if she can do that, then I suppose she could do just about anything, right? Like if you can control their blood, then yeah, you could make other people dance around if you want to, right? In any case, yeah, so we're kind of left in this place where Kate admits everything that she did, and I will say this was kind of unexpected, and I think this is kind of a cause of having an entire episode where your main cast forgets all of the plot progression for the last 4 episodes, is that now when they're all finally caught up, and because you don't want to feel like episode 5 did nothing, you both have to reveal the person who betrayed the group, and you also kind of have to have them, now we're having her admit it, and you get the sense that she's not actually evil or anything like that. She just did it because she was probably lied to or told that this was somehow going to protect her friends somehow. It's still very vague exactly what the deal was supposed to be, but she does seem genuinely sorry, so she's not like an actual villain. So it feels kind of rushed in that sense of like, okay, big reveal, but also she's already on the path of redemption because she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, I did it for this reason and that reason. And I'm sure within the next episode or 2 she's gonna either sacrifice herself by controlling a whole bunch of people, or she's gonna do something that makes everyone forgive her, and we're gonna get a better understanding of exactly what they told her was the reason she had to do all this. We also learned that she's the one who made Golden Boy forget that he even had a brother in Sam. So she did go pretty far in this, which makes sense, right? Because like she's kind of in the background for the entire show. We don't see her using her powers a whole lot, only like a couple times, but the fact that you can manipulate people, it's like, okay, they're gonna do something with that plot-wise, because that's obviously something that can be used for nefarious means, and she hasn't really been doing anything in the show. And also there were times when they would tell her something and she acts so surprised, but I'm like, it seems like she's faking it, and it turns out, oh yeah, she's faking it. So yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, just this one was definitely more of a personal stakes one, like they're going after this psychic guy because she had told this whole story about how he did stuff to her, and so now they want revenge on this guy, but then it turns out that she was the one who betrayed them, and it was a lot more of a melodrama kind of episode. Emma kind of finds this newfound popularity because everyone at this party saw her get big, so now it's like, oh, you can do this whole thing, and your mom told you not to do it because she said it was weird, but turns out everyone likes it when you go giant, and going small is not so impressive. So I'm sure there's going to be some ramifications of that. Everyone's just going to want her to, it's kind of the opposite now, whereas she had to purge in order to get small, now she's going to have the opposite eating disorder. She's going to have to like overeat in order to get giant, kind of thing. So that's just kind of the theme of her character, I guess, is eating disorders. But yeah, so there's still a lot of mysteries going on, like who is Marie's benefactor, who is so interested in how powerful she can become, and what else can she do, and also, what exactly did they tell Kate as to the reason of like manipulate all your friends, lie to them, control them, make them forget this and that. Like, what did they tell her exactly? That her friends wouldn't get in trouble? Is that it? I don't know. It seems too simple. So there has to have been something I don't know, more to that, you know, because she doesn't seem evil at all. Like, she genuinely seems like, oh yeah, it was me, sorry, I made everyone forget. I tried to cover it all up because they told me to. But yeah, also, like, is it really just this virus thing or whatever that is they're trying to develop to control superheroes? Like, is that all that it is? Is this gonna go anywhere, or just like a plot that the kids are able to stop in this show? You know, because this is kind of, and I've said this before, of how, like, we know they're not gonna stop Vought the corporation in this show. So maybe they get the school shut down, or maybe they shut down this laboratory, but you know, you have to assume that there is going to be some level of, you know, thing that's built up here that affects things in the next season of The Boys kind of deal, right? Like, there is some kind of crossover build-up event type thing. But in any case, you know, I continue to really like the show. We got a cool puppet sequence, which, you know, I feel like it lasted just as long as it needed to. You know, it was just a couple minutes of really gory puppet violence, you know, so like all the blood was glitter because Sam apparently sees everyone as puppets, or maybe just some people as puppets. It's kind of, you know, it's unclear exactly who he sees as a puppet and not a puppet. But yeah, he's fighting all these soldiers, and at first I wasn't even entirely sure this was really happening, you know, because his level of hallucination at this point is like he's seeing stuff on the TV and just hearing stuff that's not there. But the soldiers were real, it turns out. They really did know where he was, and he slaughtered all of them, and it was just a pretty cool way of doing that. It reminded me of Black Noir, where he saw all those animated creatures last season. So, you know, that was cool. You know, some people were saying they wanted an entire episode with the puppets. I'm glad they didn't do that. I feel like that would have easily become tired, you know, so I feel like just having this cool action sequence where puppets are getting ripped apart, it was fun. I enjoyed that. So yeah, I don't know how many episodes are gonna be in this season, but you know, we're here at episode 5, and you know, I feel like now's the time to start revealing, like, okay, just be explicit about it. What is this virus thing? What is it? What's the ultimate plan? You know, how involved is the school? Do you got to shut everyone down? Obviously, the dean or principal or whoever this lady is, obviously she's very involved with this. So, you know, how are the kids gonna stop this? You know, is going public with it enough? Because I feel like it's interesting in the world of The Boys, of like, for example, one episode, Homelander will be like, oh, I can do anything, I'm invincible, I don't care about you know, my public perception or anything like that. And then the next episode, all you have to do is point a camera at him and be like, oh, I'm streaming live, the whole world is watching this, you can't do anything, you know. And so it's like, I don't know, it feels like at a certain point Vought would not care about what the public sees or what they think, like, you know, because like at this point, why not just do all the evil stuff out in the open? Like, why not just be upfront with it? Because obviously you're too big now, no one could stop you, you know. So like, what would be even the harm, you know? So I don't know how the kids stop this. I don't know if like proving all this that they're doing would mean much at all, because they are the corporation. So I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about Gen V so far. Where do you think it's headed? You know, do you think any of this is gonna affect the main series in any kind of way? And also, yeah, I definitely saw that Kate thing coming, but I'm assuming she's gonna redeem herself. There's gonna be some moment where, like, you know, because they've already introduced the fact that she can push her powers too far, you know, and she passes out. So it feels like there's definitely gonna be that moment where, like, oh, they need, you know, they're barely making it by, and they, you know, they need someone to stall for like a couple seconds, and she's gonna be the one who like sacrifices herself by stopping, you know, a bunch of people all at once for a whole minute or something, you know, one of those situations. And they're gonna be like, oh man, she was actually a good guy the whole time, you know. So I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.